All right, we're live. Who do we have here today is Michael Harvey. Hi, Michael. Thank you for being here.
Hi, Amy. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, so we'll start with tell us a little bit about you, where you're from, and what do you do?
Okay. So I am born and raised Vancouver and Burnaby, actually, BC, Canada, for those who are, I guess, across, in the States. And yeah, grew up here my whole life. I am a residential real estate agent with EXP. And before that, I had an extensive hospitality background in the hospitality industry. Always love connecting with people, always love serving people. And I feel like I've always been able to, work well with others. And I love helping others. So the real estate industry is a perfect fit for me.
Awesome, awesome.
Yeah.
And so how long have you been in the real estate industry now?
So part time for, I would say, over 10 years. And, but I was mainly in the hospitality sector and just, doing a few deals here and there uh, with my, having my license, but not at all focused on that. And then when the pandemic hit,
Mm,
that was when I had to make some tough choices.
yes.
And while the rest of my coworkers in the hospitality industry were basically just waiting for things to
Mm,
change and to go back to
mhm.
normal, I
Yeah.
was I had a lot of time to think, and I was very happy where I was, but it was
Mm,
very comfortable too.
mm,
So
sure.
I made the decision. You know what? I'm not the type to just sit around, and I wanted
Hmm.
to see how far I could take it with real estate, right? So I
Yeah.
decided to get back in and just focus on that.
Yeah, and never look back again, huh?
And then I made the decision after about 6 months entering back to quit because I was still technically
Mm,
employed by my past employer, but I made the decision to reach out to them and let them know I'm not, I quit and I wanted to just burn my boats and go full time with real estate. Right? I had to do it. So yeah,
yeah. You
two.
had
It's been less than 2 years now. It's been a year and a half full time. Yes.
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So never looking back again, right?
Never
Once you
looking
made
back.
that decision. Yeah.
Exactly.
Good, good, good. So tell us a little bit, Michael. So well, how was your life like before the mentorship? Like, whether it's in in your hospitality business or in your real estate business.
Okay. So I would say overall, my life was always great. My life is always, I've always been a very positive minded person. I've always been very, always into personal development and growth.
Mm-hmm.
And, but prior to the training and the mentorship with you, I would say I was a lot more scattered with my organization of my
Mm-hmm.
thoughts. Um, Definitely we don't know what we don't know, and it's
Right.
very apparent when you do the mentorship as well.
Mm-hmm.
I think that one of the things that I would say beforehand, I would not make decisions as quick as I do now, for sure.
Mm,
Yeah,
right, for sure. The power of decision making is
yeah,
huge, right?
it's huge. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what are some biggest like ahas and awarenesses and shifts? I know there were a lot, but what are some major ones that comes to mind?
Some major ones that come to mind, I would say, is just that not to overthink. That's one of the things that I learned. And I realized just from having like my own, uh, you don't really believe it until you go through it. So
Mm,
some people, especially early on, and myself included, when you first start something, until you actually do it, you don't understand what it is when someone else is telling you how it's going to be.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
So yeah, that was pretty big. And then just as time went on, I think you build the belief.
mm-hmm. Yeah.
So yeah, I think that was one of the biggest ahas is just my belief started to in myself and the self image,
Yes.
is something huge. I think that that holds a lot of people back for sure. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for the audience that's listening that may not know what self-image is actually controls all areas of your life, right? It controls, how much money you earn, controls how many clients you have or how many deals you close. And once you shift your self-image, your results will start to shift, right? So have you seen any results, Michael? So tell us a little bit about your manifestation. What have you manifested?
Well, I have been able to manifest a lot actually. Like I have been writing out writing out what I want to happen, being very intentional with my thoughts now,
Mhm.
and being very intentional with what I choose to see, and being able to catch things now that before I would have let just play over and over, and I would have let them recycle, right? Like I think it's 90% or 95% of our day-to-day habits are replayed from the day before, right? Something like
Yeah.
that. So, and same as our thoughts. So I mean, now it's being able to catch, there's still times, but being able to catch it and being able to change it and being able to put something more intentional and powerful and direct myself and my thoughts
Mhm.
towards what I want to achieve, or towards the outcome that I want, right? Which I think is huge.
Right.
Yeah, not
Right.
wasting time anymore worrying. I think that's a big
Mm.
thing, right? Before I would always worry about, I think from my childhood, from my parents, and you pointed that out early on when we first had a conversation.
Right.
You're like, you mentioned the word worry like 8 times, right?
Yeah, right. I remember.
And it
Yeah.
was because, yeah, when I really dig deep, it's coming from one of my parents, my dad.
Mhm.
Yeah, it, it
Yeah.
it gets instilled in us without us knowing, right?
That's right. We've
Yeah,
been programmed, pre-programmed. Yep.
exactly. Yeah,
So that is huge, Michael. Like the fact that not only, manifesting clients, money, income, that's great, but really able to shift the limiting belief that's been like, when you mentioned about worrying, like most people are programmed to worry and and doubt, like unconsciously, right? They keep on just, it's a habit, right?
yes,
And
yes.
how does it feel? Like not worry as much, right?
Oh,
That peace of mind.
yeah, like you said, it kind of feels like you're. Well, I feel very empowered, and I feel very. I think it's definitely added a lot more, um, just enjoyment with the
Mm.
process of my day to day, because I know that like telling myself, and that everything is going to work out, even if you have like massive challenges, or uh, you have all these obstacles that just pop up.
Yeah.
And before the mentorship, I would definitely be dwelling on these things, and I would be like, oh, why is this why is this happening,
Yeah.
or just, it would really affect my vibration, right?
Mm.
And then when it affects my vibration, I'm affecting those around me, my clients, my
Yep.
loved ones, right?
Yep.
They're not seeing me at my best. So for me, I think that's huge. Like that's uh, just showing up every day, like just being intentional with showing up
Yes.
the best version of myself, and
Mm.
knowing that I can control that. That's massive, right? Yeah,
Huge.
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 Yeah,
Being able to control your thoughts, right? And your
exactly. Yeah,
emotions, right?
exactly. Yeah,
Because what happens, with most people, Michael, and I think, you can agree, like in the past, like things were, if things go up, you go up, right? If things go
yes,
down, you go down. It's kind of like up and down roller coaster.
exactly, exactly.
Yeah. So what are some of the tools that you learn? So you mentioned about, when an idea comes in or when a emotion comes in, you know how to look at it and then not dwell in it and then shift right away, right? So
Yes.
what are some of the tools that you learn in this mentorship that can help you, that you're equipped to be able to do that yourself?
Yeah. Well, I think a few tools that I picked up was learning learning the power of um, auto suggestion, right?
Mm,
Like, so that's huge. So with my affirmations, I would say affirmations before,
Mm-hmm.
but I didn't really know the proper way, I guess you could say, to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I would
Right.
just say it, but I know that there's a lot more to that now with the belief, with the emotion, learning a lot about
That's right.
emotions,
Right.
how emotions affect you as well, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
before, I didn't really understand that, but
Yeah.
it's one thing to say something, but it's another thing to say it with the belief and the emotion
Yeah.
attached. And then that's kind of where, that's where you really can attract, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you combine all the ingredients together, I guess you could say.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. So that's what you learned is that the power is actually in the subconscious mind.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Powers
Like,
in the subconscious mind. Exactly.
mhm,
Like the conscious is just our day to day, kind of like we're in the matrix, right? We don't really.
right.
You just like, oh, I'm at work now. Oh, I'm here. Like I walk to the washroom, or I walk. It's
Yep.
just like automatic
It's autopilot. Most
autopilot.
are autopilot.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what controlling their results. Right.
Hmm.
So in order to really shift and see a dramatic change in the results, we really have to start reprogramming the subconscious mind. Right.
Yes.
And the language of the subconscious is emotions. That's why it's so important that the emotions, that when you're actually speaking, when you talk about autosuggestion, you're talking in a form of affirmation, right? So
Correct.
it's so important when you actually affirm is with emotions, not just saying it
Yes.
with plain words, right?
Exactly. Yeah. So that's one of the tools I picked up and have been practicing daily now. My affirmations with emotion, my putting the pen to paper, I think is huge.
Mm.
So every night, no matter how late it is, no matter how tired I am, I will make sure that I write out my goals,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like write out my goal, like my main one, and yeah. So I think there's that also ingrains it into your subconscious, I believe, as well.
Yes.
And then every day having, I'm always a very grateful person, but even more so now,
Mm.
making it a point to, when I wake, throughout the day, before I go to bed, writing it down, noticing it, thinking about it, and even just for even the smallest things that I would probably laugh at myself when I was younger, but
Mm.
just little, like everything, like just for having, just having a beautiful day and living in the neighborhood I live in, and
Right.
for the smallest things now, right? Just
Right.
appreciating more, I would say, for sure. Just
Mm-hmm.
having the awareness as well, right? Of that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Using gratitude as a tool too, right? To attract,
Yes.
right? So
Yes.
when you talk about attraction, let's talk a little bit about how you've been attracting clients.
Mm,
I know
yeah.
we have this conversation every week, right?
Yes.
Initially, you were, and then most people, right? Most people were in, especially people in businesses, like they're like, oh, like where my next client is going to come from, right? Can we talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think, especially early on when I quit, when I just made the decision to quit in the
Mm,
hospitality field, I had a lot of self-doubt and I had a lot of anxiety. And I was a
mm,
little bit depressed for a couple weeks there,
mm,
because I was just worrying a lot about
mhm,
right?
right.
Um, yeah, and you know, I think that with the mentorship now, learning that not to worry about, not to think about the how,
Mm.
to have the belief, and it really all starts with. Oh, I lost you, Amy.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
Okay. Well, I can't see you, but you're still there. So,
Oh.
oh.
I don't know what happened to me. Okay.
um. Oh, there you are.
Okay, back on.
Okay. Ta-da! Magic.
Yeah, I know, magic. Yeah,
Where was
so
I?
so we were saying when you first started, like, worrying about the how where the client's gonna come from. But
Yeah.
once you started the mentorship, you had a belief and
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. So, worrying about the how, and you stressed over and over that you can't worry about the how. You got to focus on yourself, your vibration, your frequency, right? Getting that at a high level, and
mhm,
that's going to naturally attract. It's going to attract your clients. It's going to attract, like, just everything, right? Opportunities,
yeah,
and so having that mindset, knowing that the steps that I need to take every day and implementing those, being intentional with framing myself to be at my best, at my highest vibration, doing the activities daily that I need to do, whether it's working out, reading, affirmations, visualization, all those things, combining them, you just feel like you feel unstoppable, right? When you are, just in your everyday interactions with people, just in general, you feel so good that you're giving that vibration off, right? So anyone you come across, whenever I have interactions with just strangers or whoever, I feel like they are drawn to you. Like the people that you want to attract, they will come to you, right? And it's a belief. It's a belief, right? So,
That's right.
and I've had that, like going back to things that I've manifested. You know, I've gone to, you know, like for sale by owners where they've said they want to sell, and then you go to them and, you know, and then they all of a sudden, no, I'm interviewing lots of agents, I don't want to sell anymore or whatever. And so in the past, maybe I would let that affect me for not a day, but it would affect me. It would be like, oh, you know, this person said they're gonna. Now, okay, on to the next, right? I don't even give it any energy. And then literally, I remember I had that happen, and I think I called you. That, like, literally driving back from that appointment. I had a phone call from someone in my sphere, and they were like, "Hey, Michael, we know exactly what we want to buy. Can you write the offer for us? Like, we want to. It's a.
I remember.
Yeah, and we really want it, you know, and just like instantly. So it's not. And I've had a lot of deals like that where I've had it be like very when it's a challenging market. I've had my buyers like we very successful when, you know, not having to put in on multiple properties. And I think a lot of it is just of course having the skill, but also having the right attitude, knowing that, you know what, it's not going to be hard for me. This is going to be easy for me.
That's
right. When I'm going to write, I'm going to get this offer. I'm going to make sure I have great rapport with the seller agent. I'm going to make sure that I do everything right, and we're going to get this offer, right? It doesn't matter how many our offers, of course, with the price, you got to make sure, but so things like that. And just like always go, being intentional another thing that you told us about, before every appointment, before every call, before whatever you're doing, what is the outcome that you want? Knowing that in advance, so that you can frame yourself, right, to walk in with the greatest to the greatest chance for success, right, to attract exactly.
Yes. Why not, right? So rather than designing your life by default, that's what most people are doing, right? Not knowing, like you said, about, like, you know, scattering, like with no direction and guidance, but with the proper guidance and direction, if you just know how to put your mind to use properly, it's so powerful, right? And you start creating your life by design, right?
Yes, exactly.
Beautiful. So why did you invest in the mentorship in the first place, Michael? Because you were saying you were already very positive person and already into personal development. What made you decide to invest in this mentorship and in yourself?
Well, what made me invest was you were on a call with John Sai, and I think you were doing like not an interview, but a workshop. A workshop. And I was already, you know, aware of your coaching and mentorship from Atish, who's mentioned you in the past, and so it was already like in my mind. And when I saw you on the workshop, you know, it did. Yeah, you attracted me to you, I guess.
For sure. We attracted each other, right?
We attracted each other, right? Yeah. So basically, I was drawn to everything you're saying. And, you know, it's always been, the universal laws have always been very, very something that I really wanted to study at a higher level. And
Mm,
yeah, it's always been very intriguing to me, and just being able to shorten the learning curve on things,
right.
right? And also the fact that I know that a lot of top producers have,
Hmm.
in almost any industry, they have coaches or mentors, right?
Right.
And so I've had coaches in other areas of my life before,
Mm,
um, in fitness or martial arts or whatever. So I
yeah.
know the power of it as
Hmm.
well.
Yeah.
And I wanted to see, right? I wanted to see, how far down the rabbit hole we could go.
Oh man, we're just scratching the surface, Michael. We're
Yeah,
just
yeah,
scratching the
exactly.
surface. Yeah. So what do you think your life would be if you didn't invest in the mentorship? Where do you
Yeah,
think?
I mean, if I didn't invest in the mentorship, I think that I would be more stressed out for sure.
Mm,
Uh, I would pro I would s- I think I would still be doing, good in my real estate business, interactions with people. But I think just having the tools that I have now,
mhm.
it's taken away a lot of probably sleepless nights, a lot of worry, a lot of time just spent with anxiety,
Yeah.
over certain things.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just being self-aware of, I think I would not have this level of awareness, of
Hmm.
self-awareness,
Hmm.
and building the self-worth and all that stuff, right? So
Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely. And like I said, Mike, this is only the beginning, right? We're
yeah,
learning. Your awareness can always expand, and this is scratching the surface. Yeah, absolutely. So for those people who are listening, Michael, like who maybe haven't made a decision to whether to join the mentorship or not, what any piece of advices that you can give them?
yeah. I would definitely say, if you want to have a mindset shift, to
Mm,
have that awareness, and to be able to let go of the past, especially like let go of a lot of past trauma, and
mm,
realize that that's holding you back. Like
yeah,
if you're someone that's always looking at the past or have limiting beliefs, I think this will just like you'll definitely have a big mindset shift in a positive way if you were to join. I think it's great for anybody
yeah,
to definitely have the mentorship, so that you can see what you don't even realize, that you are what's holding you back, right? So
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
The limiting beliefs, like everybody, we all have that, right? I have that. I have those limiting beliefs too. So that's why you need someone like a mentorship or a coach to be able to spot you. So those are what we call the blind spots, right?
yeah,
To help you shift. And then we direct right away, right? Instead of wasting time trying to figure out on your own, right? Like what you
yeah,
were doing before.
yeah,
Now we get on a call, right? We hop on a call and we shift and then let's go, right?
yeah, yeah,
Very fast.
exactly.
Awesome. So last question is, any like, last words of encouragement for people like really wanting to, have a shift in their life and have a different results? What would you say to them?
Yeah, I would say that the biggest investment you can make is in yourself.
Yeah.
So, if you think that you're worth it, and you should definitely invest in yourself. That's how I always think. You can't look at, don't look at you can't really put a price on that when you think about it, right?
Right.
If it's going to expand you and help you grow and become a better version of yourself. And,
Yeah.
I think it's definitely something that anybody and everyone would benefit from. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. The growth is infinite because we're infinite beings, right? So
Yes.
it's never
Yes.
ending, the
Yeah.
growth. Yeah. Thank you, Michael. I'm so
Thank you so
excited
much,
for you. And,
Amy.
like, I'm so congratulations with all your successes, and I'm really excited to see where this is going to take you
Thank
beyond.
you. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. Yeah, no, for everything. It's been amazing, and yeah, it's just been an awakening as well. So
Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely. My pleasure. We'll definitely come invite you coming back when you have like manifest the other things. So I'm
okay,
sure the audience will be able to see you again when you come back
Sounds
and manifest other things.
all right. Sounds great. Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
Michael.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.